everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Stay Home, Stay Safe, and Stay Active. Just like our previous episode, today, rather than working out and getting active with our bodies, we're getting active with our brain, which is just as important. Last episode, I hope you enjoyed it. We did some cognitive exercises, and we'll be doing a few similar exercises today. So to kick us off, we're going to start with some memory cards from Kelsey.
Okay, so this time we have an eye, a cow, and a camera. One more time. Eye, cow, and camera. This time, the story I've come up to help you to associate the three is you looked out your window to see a cow, so you took a photo. Now I'd like you to remember these three cards for the end of the video.
Lovely. I think I would probably take a photo of a cow if there was a cow outside of my window.
Me too, especially here in town.
Okay, so again, we're going to do another really entertaining article recall. So I'm going to read another article. I want you to pay close attention to what I read, and then I will ask you some answers at the end. So we had Brenna, another student, sourced this wonderful, interesting article for us, so we'll get straight to it. Listening ears on. Okay, the title is, "This rescue owl was too fat to fly. The sanctuary had to put her on a diet." When Suffolk Owl Sanctuary in eastern England was called to rescue a little owl, they did not expect to find one that was actually too fat to fly. According to CNN, a concerned citizen first spotted the poor bird lying helpless in a ditch. Even heard Rufus Sumkin, whose team then took the owl on the January the 3rd, believed the bird to be injured at first. There were no wounds to be found, however, leading the experts to believe that the female owl was simply too wet to fly. But it was only after a thorough drying off and a complete checkup that they noted the real issue. The rescuers weighed the rather chunky owl at 245 grams and concluded that it was simply extremely obese and thus couldn't take off to fly. The owl couldn't even reach the aviary's perches, which marked the bare minimum for an animal that is dependent on flight. The bird's weight is around 1/3 heavier than a large, healthy female owl. This additional weight left her unable to fly, though experts began to wonder how she got so fat in the first place, because it's rather unusual for wild birds to reach this state. The sanctuary decided to keep her for a few weeks and monitor her. In the end, the rescuers assessed it was simply a cause of natural obesity. December 2019 was unseasonably warm, which meant that there were many critters about for the birds to feast upon. Indeed, the owl was discovered in a field that was crawling with field mice and voles due to the atypical climate. It's been very mild temperature here. The prey species are on cycle when they are increased every 4 years, Samkin explained. With the sudden plethora of food in its talons, she absolutely gorged herself and got very fat. She had a lovely time, but she went too far. The sanctuary consequently put the owl on a strict diet so that she could shrink more to a natural weight. She was even put on a bit of an exercise regime and encouraged to fly around the rehabilitation centre. Okay, let's look at our questions. First question is, how much larger was this owl compared to a standard healthy owl? Question 2, what happened to cause the higher amounts of mice in the field? Question 3, what did the sanctuary do to cause the owl to lose weight? Question 4, where was the owl found originally by the people? And question 5, how much did the owl weigh? So our owl was a third larger compared to a standard healthy owl. The field mice were due to the warmer weather. They lost weight due to diet and exercise, a strict diet. She was originally found in eastern England, and the owl weighed 245 grams. Hope you got all of those.
Okay, for our next activity, we're going to need a piece of paper and a pen again. Now, this time I'm going to give you a 5-step instruction of a drawing, but you're not allowed to begin the drawing until I've read the very last instruction. Number 1, draw a triangle that is at least 1 inch tall. Number 2, divide the triangle in half with a vertical line, up and down. Number 3, shade in the left side of the triangle. Number 4, write your name to the right of the triangle. And number 5, draw a star in the right side of the triangle. Now, if you just want to pause the video and have a go at drawing that picture. This is what your picture should look like at the end. It's alright if you didn't quite get that one, because I've got another one to give to you as well. This time, it's got 4 instructions. Number 1, draw a box that is about 4 inches long and 2 inches high. Number 2, divide the rectangle in half with a vertical up and down line. Number 3, on the right side, draw 3 wavy lines. And number 4, on the left side, draw 4 small triangles. If you want to pause the video and give that one a go this time. This is what your final picture should look like. Okay, hopefully you had a good time doing those ones. Now, for our final activity, I'm going to ask you to remember those 3 cards I showed you at the beginning. So the 3 cards we had were the eye, the cow, and the camera.
So we have one last challenge to finish off. We invited a special guest to test your memory in the last episode. However, if you were watching that and you didn't watch this episode, this one won't be for you. But if you did watch that episode, reach back right into the back of your brain and see if you can't remember the name of our special guest. He looked like this. His name began with the letter
M. You know the next one? A. I'm going to give you a second to think about what are some names that begin with M, then A. Did you guess, Mark? You got it. Well done.
All right, everybody. Thanks for joining us for another episode of Stay at Home, Stay Safe, Stay Active. And we hope that you're enjoying our films, and we'll be sending some more out to you soon. Bye for now.